Welcome back, guys, to the channel. I hope you are having a great week. Today we are going to be repairing the charge port on a laptop motherboard. Just the motherboard was given to me, so I don't have the exact model of the... oh, wait, it's actually right here on the board. It's a GL704GW main board. And the problem with this charge port is the fact that the internal part of the charge port is broken, so the whole part needs to be replaced. Now, it does look like somebody has already tried to fix this, or they tried to take the charge port off and they were not successful. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol and clean the area. That way we have a new area to start with and we won't have too many problems later. That should look a little bit cleaner. So first things first, I'm actually going to add a little bit of solder to the pins, so that way I can take the solder wick and remove it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm adding solder to the points here, so it'll be easily removed later. So essentially mixing the low temperature solder with the other solder, and it'll make it easy to for the wick to suck up the solder period, I guess, if you want. So that'll clean it off nearly perfectly. We'll cut off the tip of the wick. By the way, fumes, very bad for you. Don't breathe them in if you can help it. Might actually have to add a little bit more flux to that. Add some more flux. And then we have that one pretty clean as well. We'll continue with the next pins. Next pin over. And the whole time you're doing this, it actually looks horrible because of how the flux burns. But don't worry, you're not hurting your motherboard. Okay, I think you guys can pretty much see how this is going there. Make sure that I'm trying to make sure that my phone is still recording. So I don't have a microscope anymore, since I don't do this as a business anymore. It's a little harder for me to have the proper tools around, but You can still do this with what you got. You might not be able to see the other side, but I'm pretty much doing what I'm doing on this side. I try to get the flex flat. Not the flex, the wick flat. And I'll switch hands here to make it easier on me. So the struggle that I'm having right now is that there's still a little bit of solder on the points on each side. So I'm using I'm using some pliers to kind of hold on to it and kind of pull up as I'm trying to heat up the area. That way I can slowly pull it out. There we go. Got it. We're going to actually just clean the area off a little bit here with some rubbing alcohol. Okay. And we got to do the same thing to the other side. And when you're doing this area here, don't worry about that. That has no leads running to it. So if you get any solder on there, it's not going to mess anything up. Okay. Let's go back and check the other side again. Make sure that's clean. And what I like to do, just so I know that there isn't anything in between those, I like to get like a little something sharp and see if there's any solder still in those holes to make sure that it doesn't get in the way when I'm trying to put the new one in. Okay, a little bit in that one. That's clean. That one's clean. That one's clean. That's clean. That's clean. That's clean. In case you guys wanted to see the old one. It's the old charge port. You probably can't see it. I'll try to show you why it needed to be taken out. It's like, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's pretty torn up inside. Put that off to the side. Okay, so this is going to go on from the underside like this, just like that. What I want to do though, I'm going to turn it around and make sure that it's going to fit properly. So there is one side that still has a little bit of wick, I think, or solder. Actually, you know what? I'm mistaken. I think it'll fit just perfectly fine in there. So I gotta find something to hold the bottom of this flat. Make sure the pins are visible. And they are visible. They'll have full contact there. And the next step, and hopefully the last step, which usually is, by the way, my work area is really messy right now, is to go ahead and add new solder to each point. And we'll add a little bit of new flux so that the new solder can easily go inside. Looking for a ball that looks even on most sides. There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. Like I say, you just hold it in place. And it'll go in on its own. We're just looking for a neat area. Nothing too crazy. Just a little neat area of solder where it gives it contact. It's good. It's good. Good. What I want to do though, so I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to clean up a little bit of that. There's one. There's the other. Clean it up a bit. So you can see all the solder points are attached now. And we'll also clean up the other side a little bit. I think I brought another Q-tip. I don't know where I put it though. And you guys can see how that looks. I'll probably take a little bit more alcohol and clean up the that side, that top right again. But yeah. All right, guys, if you guys liked that video, if you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share it. If you want to see more content like that, definitely let me know down in the comments. I might be able to get my hands on some more broken things so we can fix on the channel. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And have a great weekend, great month, great year. I don't know, great life. See you guys. Peace out.